slim. Look at that. You're looking buff, babe.
There you go.
Do you think we've got a bit too much headroom?
Well, you have. It's better. God, I look pale.
You
said I had colour earlier.
I think you should take your cap off. You
Well,
look
I've got
a bit silly.
I don't want, my hair's gone a bit funny.
No, it looks better than your cap. Because with your outrageous shirt, you look like a weird Floridian.
Floridian.
Oh, that's better.
There you go.
Now you just look like a bit like
I look like there's something about Mary again.
No, you look a little bit like what's it, wanker? What are they called?
Media wanker?
No.
Shoreditch.
The area, Shoreditch.
Shoreditch wanker, yeah. In fact, I've got some beard oil somewhere for my armpit hair.
Morning, everybody. I feel a little bit sick, so I might have to get a piece of toast in the middle of this because I actually feel very nauseous again.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that thought with us. So if she goes off to get some toast, no, it's a choice between that and her hurling her guts up all over you.
And that's not because you look like a wanker from thingy, because actually you look quite nice, even though you look a bit wankery.
You quite like a wanker, though. Anyway, enough about that. We'll get to penises later.
We really are. Stay towards the end because, oh my God, have I got some penis chat for you. And
I've been waiting for you to say that for about 8 years.
And it's going to make Mark's hair curl.
Which ones?
He knows nothing of this article I found about penises.
Oh my God. I think this t-shirt is from Primark.
There's some questions that all of us may have had that would be cleared up. And there's some new questions we didn't even know we should ask about
God,
penises.
I don't want new questions about penises. Anyway, I'm going to have to navigate my way around the opportunity here for so many double entendres, so many suggestive sayings, because we live in an age now where if I was to say something funny about something to do with my body, it could be perceived and twisted into something awful. We
live in a very strange
Let's just
world.
accept that I mean nothing malevolently to anyone about anything. And then when we get onto the subject, we can have a bit of a laugh about it. So I hope everyone's more relaxed now about the crumpet variant. I know I am.
We're all a lot more relaxed.
I'm a lot more relaxed.
Lee was just saying off on Instagram he's got the crumpet fear, but that's probably because he didn't watch yesterday's live.
Well, he hasn't renamed it crumpet.
So anyone that watched yesterday's live, is that okay with the virus?
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I think we kind of punctured it. I think we took the fear out of it. I think
I think most of you went straight home and bought crumpets.
Yeah, I think we lathered a lot of butter on it. Thank you, Emma Staple. Thank you.
Alison Dale loves a double entendre. So
I love a double entendre.
I love a double entendre.
I like a triple entendre.
I love a double entendre, but the thing about double entendres are they have to come from somebody you're comfortable with and you like. Because a double entendre from somebody you don't is creepy. So say we double entendre with each other and somebody might say, oh, that's disgusting what Mark said to you, or Nadia, that's disgusting what you said to Mark.
Yeah.
They don't really have the right to say that because it's between two people that know each other very well and know that the double entendre is a fun...
But there's not just the double entendre of the chat, Miss Sawalha, there's the double entendre of affection and silliness. So, for example, if you were to... I'm just going to use a rudish word, that's a part of my body. If you were to flick my nipple, I wouldn't suggest you'd assaulted me. I'd say it was affectionate. Yeah, see what I mean? So I think there are certain
Someone moaned about me flicking your nipple?
No, I think someone moaned about me potentially cupping your breast in a shot of us dressed up as a turkey and something else.
We've been married a long time.
You know, and I wasn't even cupping it. Anyway, but you know what I mean. Double entendre. I love a double entendre. I love it. As I say, I love a triple entendre.
What's your favourite double entendre, folks?
I don't think they work like jokes, do they?
Oh, Stuart, I'm sorry to hear that. But he's going to be fine, Stuart. He's going to be fine. Stuart's husband's just tested for COVID. It's a pain in the arse, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah. Honestly, he'll be fine. But
Faith Goodman, so do I love Carry On films. Dina watches them all the time. She says it's like stepping into an old world.
It is. Exactly. Now, I'm not for suggesting that low-level racism or sexism is permitted at all. Not at all. There is a line. There is a line.
But I think when two married people are having a giggle and you totally know each other's double. And when I say to Mark, oh, shut up, it's kind of our shtick.
It's shtick.
Yeah.
It's a double entendre.
Yeah.
It's a double entendre. Anyway, enough of this.
Love this card, by the way, from the Yorkshire Lass. Really made me smile this morning. Thank you, Yorkshire Lass.
Well, in fact, we're going to have a story about the Yorkshire Dales
Christmas
later.
wouldn't be the same without nuts and fruit cake. Everyone's a fruit and guys.
You
Probably can't say that anymore.
Probably can't. It's probably not. What? Because of nut allergies?
No, not because of that, because of nut
Oh,
case.
fruitcake madness.
Yeah.
Oh, God almighty, guys.
Sarah Litter has a crumpet every bloody morning. God, you're living the life. I'd love to have a crumpet every morning.
I can't actually believe that's a life. That's a life unlived.
Why is she brave enough to have a crumpet every morning?
And you're very happy sharing that
It's
news.
just a pure white carb.
Oh, but it's a pure gooey. Let's not go there
Well,
again.
let's not. We spent too much
Oh
time
my
talking about it.
God.
Yes. Oh, guess what I'm making for the No Name Sunday show this week?
What?
Homemade crumpets.
Oh, we're back there again.
I've just ordered crumpet rings from Amazon.
Hang on a
And
minute.
and with poached eggs on the top with Marmite, because
The
somebody
last
gave
time
me that idea.
I once saw someone wearing a crumpet ring. I won't tell you where they were wearing
Mark,
it.
shush. Penises are coming up later.
Crumpet ring. I mean, you don't get much more double entendre
Penises
than
are coming up later. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
I didn't
yeah.
even say that on purpose.
And on your Instagram live, you said we'll be pumping it up later. I mean, what is going on?
I don't know what's wrong with
Where
you.
did we once see something where someone...
Robert T has got 3 crumpets in his ninja right now, nice and crispy. Oh, Mark, why didn't you get crumpets this morning? You went to Sainsbury's. Oh, so annoying. Is anybody new? Is this anybody's very first time here with us live? We do dovetail around lots of different subjects. We do get to the news as well, but we
Crump
like to
off, says
warm
Julia
ourselves
Cornell.
up a bit.
That's a good
because
insight.
life is pretty dreadful out
Look,
there.
crump off. I like that. Just go crump
off, that's a
When
great
you're
term.
hungry for some sort of carb product in the morning, you should say, I'm feeling really crumpy.
Oh, I'm feeling crumpy. I
feel
like
really,
that.
yeah, I feel really crumpy.
Maddie will like that. We'll
Yeah.
have to tell Maddie
I'm
that.
feeling really crumpy today. Anyway, should we talk about some
Faith
news?
Goodman says, wish media would tell correct facts. PCR tests must be taken up to day 2, so it can be done as soon as people land in UK, rather than wait 2 days, which I do not think is safe, as it could pick it up on the plane.
Oh.
There is quite a lot
Yeah.
of grey area around
Yeah.
this, isn't it? But is that not the case? Sunny Sunset has gorgonzola cheese and honey on a crumpet. Yum. Is it not? I mean, we so often get muddled messages from our Prime Minister, don't we? And I think there is a bit of muddling with the testing at the moment, actually.
Well, there's a muddle insofar as they just needed to be seen to be reacting to the crumpet variant, which is what we now have called the Omicron, or whatever it is, Omicron. Can I give you my theory on what I think's going on? I think a really benign, but potentially on paper significant variant, the Omicron crumpet, has developed to South Africa. There was an interview with one of the South African doctors saying, hang on a minute, guys, why has everyone gone into a tailspin? Didn't she? She literally said that. She
did.
literally said, why is everyone overreacting?
We listened to John Campbell. I know, Faith, you did as well last night. And he just wanted to do a piece on to be a little objective. Now we're out of the initial storm of those first few days when it just felt like blind panic.
It was batshit. It was like that moment in the movie Airplane when everyone said adopt crash positions.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Which is fair enough.
But I do think that I feel desperately sorry for the African countries that have now been banned from travelling.
Yeah.
But we can understand, I think, most of us, why our governments have done what they've done until we know a bit more. And I think that's what we've got to stick with until we know a bit more. But I think what has come out of this, which is really, really important, I was listening to Gordon Brown this morning again on LBC, is that we must vaccinate the rest of the world. So let's hope that this crumpet variant is, as many are saying at the moment, delivers mild symptoms and the vaccine does give some protection. But let's remember this batshit crazy fear, because we are going to keep on getting these until the rest of the world are vaccinated. And the sick thing is, we've already at the moment got enough made for the rest of the world. We're hoarding them. We're the toilet roll holder people.
Oh, yeah, we are.
From the beginning of the pandemic. All the G20...
Filled up our boot full of
all the
AstraZeneca.
G20 countries have enough vaccine now. We need to share it.
Lovely Lee, what you're saying there is exactly what we think, which is I'm just hoping that it's more transmissible but less severe, so it becomes like a common cold and we can all live happily ever after. I was saying a couple of days ago, Lee, I think this COVID variant could end up being our best friend, which is why we've dubbed
This is
it
what I
crumpet.
thought. That's why we're calling it a crumpet with
Crumpet
butter.
variant.
So the South African doctor who was the first to discover it does think that the world is overreacting because the reason she even drew attention to the I don't know, what are they called, the people, genome people, the scientists, I suppose.
Genomicists, are they?
Genomicists.
I don't know.
Was because it wasn't presenting in the normal way that COVID, with the same symptoms as COVID had previously. They were much, much milder.
Yeah.
No
Just fatigue.
loss of taste and smell, extreme fatigue. One of the children, children that came in, had a very high pulse rate, but was fine 2 days later. So it was really good, John Campbell's piece. Watch it, Lee. It was really reassuring yesterday. But then he did say, to give a bit of balance, that we've got to remember that this is mostly affecting young people. But again, how different is that from COVID that we've known all along? COVID all along has, because they have a much younger population, obviously, in North Africa.
But the thing that's encouraging me about it is, as you watch each government minister rolled out in front of the television cameras, radio stations, ask their questions, there's a sort of look of relief. I think if you look into their eyes, there's a look of relief at the back of them where they've clearly been privy to some initial analysis that will for sure have been done. I mean, I know they have to have a period of time.
Well, there has been stuff said today officially. Yeah. I mean, AstraZeneca. You see, this multiple mutations of this variant, a lot of those mutations are repeated mutations from other variants.
They're just all packed
and
into
we
one.
already know that the vaccine gives us a wall of protection against them. Do you remember when the Delta variant came out, how terrified we were, and they were thinking that they were going to have to skew the vaccines and then in the end they didn't, because the vaccines... You know, let's keep in our hearts and minds, but maybe that's what's going to happen this time as well.
Yeah.
That actually these vaccines are going to help us. I know that's terribly hard for immune suppressed people and people that are scared of getting the vaccine, because that doesn't really help your fear. But, yeah.
Beryl McNally, can we think of the older generation? I'm sick of doing the right thing while others don't seem to care. I mean, at the end of the day, I think wearing masks, I think we all just have to observe the rules again. Just do it. Just get on with it. Let's stop.
Listen, guys, some of the stuff in Vlogmas will be us maskless because we shot it beforehand. So we're going to have to keep putting a thing on that, otherwise we're going to get pulverised.
Well, I don't know about that, but I mean, stuff is shot out of...
Stuff will be out of sync, but from now on, we will definitely be wearing our masks in shops and on public transport. Because you've got to think of the people who can't have the vax.
So I think, once again, let's just calm everyone down. I think the crumpet variant could well end up being one of the first manifestations of the COVID cold that a lot of people end up potentially getting, and that will diminish its hostility and the ability of it to kind of cause real upset and death and all that sort of stuff. So, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, and I think that what I am saying is I do think at the back of the comments, the statements, the Sajid Javid saying "Have a great Christmas" despite the world running around like mad. I think at the back of those eyes there is a definite calm.
Today, a health minister, it very much seemed to be changing a bit the tone. Of course. Yeah. We are not virologists, we know nothing. This is just our feelings.
We just look into the eyes of politicians.
But he said, it may well be too much, but we want to go stronger than we need to. And I thought, well, that's different from the last couple of days. Yeah. And I don't think they should be vilified for being, for moving fast on it, because,
Jane Donnelly, I'm lost. What crumpet variant? I thought it was a different name. We've called
Watch yesterday's live and you'll understand everything.
We've dubbed it the crumpet variant, and we want everyone to call it that now. So call it the Omicron or Omnicron. Call it the crumpet variant.
Yeah, and thank God for the vaccine. Jesus.
Pepper Peg eyes. Okay, so
That was the loveliest cup of coffee I've had all year. I like that one with the Starbucks. Can you just buy that one, the yellow one?
Ghislaine Maxwell's trial starts later today in New York. And there was an intriguing detail. I mean, obviously, there's not a lot to say other than it's starting today.
Well, except that we both listened to her brother on LBC this morning.
That was going to be my point, Miss Sawalha.
First of all, did anyone hear her brother speaking this morning on LBC?
He was a very chipper chap, wasn't he? I mean, it was like you would be forgiven for thinking his sister wasn't in possibly one of the highest profile sex trafficking, paedophilic court cases in the world.
But don't you think it just epitomised that posh people in a bubble that just aren't aware of the actual world at all?
In a way. Well, what did he describe the accusations against Prince Andrew as? Flaky? Did he say
from the flaky woman,
From the flaky-
who's not who I said who he said is not going to be giving evidence, and if that doesn't tell you everything, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
And I suspect Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyers were head in hands this morning with him giving that interview, because what he did was really connect her and Prince Andrew as two people that are in exactly the same way being accused unfairly. And I think that's not what people want to hear at the moment. Let the case be put forward to us for Ghislaine, but don't be doing a stampy feet, it's not fair.
Yeah, but I thought it was quite interesting what you said about being her sibling, and how when you're one of many siblings, you don't necessarily ask many questions. I mean, he did say...
I believed all of that.
Yeah, and I also believed when he had lunch with Epstein, he found him very sort of cold, and I thought it was a fair...
But he said she was having an affair out in America. I knew nothing about it.
Yes.
I believed him when he said that.
But presumably you'd have thought even people like her brother and everyone who would have met him would be character witnesses and all that. I was sort of amazed we were getting that inside sort of info and intel, and it wasn't happening in court. But anyway, so that whole, we're going to be hearing all sorts from that. And of course, I think most people's concentration apart from obviously there being justice being meted out, is also on what's in the black book, isn't it? I mean, it's like, who's in the black book? And is she going to spill the beans? Is there going to be a plea deal? All this kind of stuff. Is there going to be some kind of negotiation? That's I
will be very interested to watch that case. Some people there talking about whether it's going to be on or not. Court case can be seen in UK or online. Can it be seen? Well, Faith, I thought you were going to be the one that knew the answer to that.
Yeah. Well, Chi-Chi's having such a hope for me.
Lynn Aoki, how are you, Lynn? Japan have announced a ban on all foreigners coming into the country. Ain't no crumpet getting in here.
There you go.
As long as it's not already there, because I mean, it is about the seeding, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's probably most countries have got it, but it's...
Don't you love these cross-fertilised phrases?
Yeah.
Seeding.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Cross-fertilised. Okay.
There'll be a huge Netflix drama series based on it in a few years' time. There will, Lee.
Yeah, you're absolutely
there
right.
most certainly
Oh, God,
will.
you're absolutely right. Okay, so granny nostalgia. Do you want to talk about that first, or should we do... Yeah, let's end on penises. Should we do penis as an end?
Well,
let's end on a bell.
Isn't it nicer to end on nostalgia than penises?
I don't know. Okay, well, let's do penises then.
Guys, obviously you can't write penis because you'll be blocked. What do you want? Nanny nostalgia first. I think we should leave penises to the end, actually, because if people don't want to talk about them, they can leave.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't fancy penises...
If you don't fancy penises this morning, you can leave when we get to the end and we'll put up a warning.
Yeah.
But it is quite interesting and it's going to be quite funny because Mark's going to be scared shitless.
Right, okay. Well, I'll really look forward to that then. Nanny nostalgia. Okay, so what led you to this story, Miss Sawalha?
Well, you know, I follow the lovely Muck and Brass on Instagram. If you don't follow her. She is such a genius. We went to her workshop the other day and had a great day there. Anyway, she's always creating and drawing and coming up with wonderful things. And I just noticed this post today, and she's been...
Your card.
Yeah, but it's right at the bottom, the number's not in. She's been doing some new sketches. Look.
Morning, Outlandish.
Look at these.
Yeah,
aren't they
lovely,
great?
aren't they? Yeah.
Really nostalgic.
Really
chintzy card. She's been sketching those, and she said they gave her back her memories of her nan and granddad. You know, picking chicken eggs from the nesting boxes, that really hazy summer of colours and vintage feel of old cards and artwork. Reminded the furniture transfers of the 70s on the old wardrobes. I mean, I saw these exact stickers, I swear. And she says, and what about when bedspreads used to have the strawberry shortcake on, that picture of the strawberry shortcake.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
But this, can I just say though, this, I mean, beautiful though they are, this presupposes you have this sort of slightly idyllic grandmother who did these things.
Well, they were often faded and come from somewhere else, weren't they?
No, but these images and memories of sort of making shortcake and all this kind of stuff.
No, but I thought we'd just do nice memories of grandparents.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be with the stickers, but I'm just saying that's what triggered it.
No, absolutely. No, I suppose since you've said we're doing it, I've been struggling to find anything.
Well, like things like, I tell you what I used to like. I used to love going to the sweet shop with my nan, because my nan didn't really like me. Well, we're only saying nice things, aren't we? Yeah,
God, that was a quick turnaround.
We used to go and stay with her, and we did used to love staying with her, except she wasn't very nice to me. She was nice to my sister.
This is going wrong. This is going wrong, babe.
No, but the nice moments were she would take us to the sweet shop, and we'd get a quarter of sweets, and my mum never, ever let us have sweets.
Right.
So we'd get a quarter of sweets, and we'd come back, and she'd put the horse racing on, because I think she's a bit of a gambler.
Right.
and she'd have a big mug of tea, like as
Sure it
huge
wasn't
as
whiskey?
that. You know,
Sure it
those,
wasn't whiskey? I'm getting a very odd portrait of your nan. You sure it
you
was?
know those old-fashioned mugs that had the blue and white stripes?
Yeah.
And it was just so cosy and warm, and we would just get through the racing by making our sweets last, our quarter of sweets. Mind you, my sister used to be allowed to have half, and I'd have a quarter.
Are these happy memories?
But they were, because...
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I was always a cup half full girl.
Well, you clearly, so was your gran. Your
So-
gran was a cup half empty because she was drinking
Yeah,
whiskey.
so whatever it was, wherever she wasn't very nice to me, there was all the stuff that I loved about being at a house. I loved the faded wallpaper. I loved her biscuit barrel under her bed.
Right.
So if we ever slept in her bed, we could eat biscuits all night.
See, my nan had no knick-knack. I can't think of a single knick-knack or a thing on a table or a thing in the kitchen. She used to make an incredibly alcoholic trifle. I think.
Yeah, but
it
you've
was.
said that to me twice
No,
before. Think of
but
something
I'm
different.
trying to think of the only. She didn't have doilies. She didn't have anything on a.
Why are you obsessing about objects? This is memories.
Yeah, I'm thinking in terms of memories. I mean, we used to go crab fishing. Crab fishing. We'd go crab fishing together, and she would claim that she wasn't competitive until a boy came and sat next to us one time, and we had little bits of bacon on the end of a crab line. He came along with an entire chicken on a hook, lobbed it in, pulled it out with 1,000 crabs on it, and Nan literally went over to him and went like this. She went, cheating.
Yes, she was very competitive.
Very competitive.
So let's hear some of yours. Deborah Holsworth. My nan's bathroom. Oh yes, the bathroom smells so lovely. My nan's always used to smell of imperial leather with the little
Oh.
sticker.
Yeah, the
So-
label was always left till the end.
So Deborah's nan's bathroom always smelled of roses, and she had a toilet roll holder on the loo. My nan had a cabinet that had a drawer where she used to keep our sweets in them. Oh, separate from the bathroom. Yeah, bathroom smells. I used to love. My granddad was the best shaver in the whole world.
Talcum powder. Oh,
And
yeah,
he
no,
used
you're
to
right. Old
properly-
Spice.
Oh dear. Oh, I
Old
loved
Spice.
it.
And what were you going to do? The old...
No, he used to have an electric, but he also used to do the puffy.
I remember the smell of the heat of his bristles coming off, and I used to stand just looking at his bristles as they came off.
I like this from May Boo. I was 10 and remember my nan said, I've bought you a new bed set. I thought it'd be strawberry shortcake, but no, West Ham cover. Didn't even know who they were. Never forgot that.
I remember my nan used to have, she'd always decorate one of
That's
the
it.
rooms. She would decorate.
Now he's going to be
Yeah.
non-stop memories and we're
No.
not going to hear anyone else.
No,
You've
that's
had
not
your
true.
turn.
No, let me just share this one.
Quickly
And she
then.
she'd always decorate one wall with a slightly flock wallpaper.
Yeah.
And when I went to bed, I would push my fingers through it and write my name in it.
That's
and
a
all
nice
sorts of
one.
stuff. Yeah.
Angela, look, I remember my mum jarring plums at this time of year.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
so
lovely.
James McBeer, my nan used to have the old soap mugs with old soup mugs with soup recipes on them.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, I love those.
Hovis biscuits. Do you remember those? Hovis biscuits. She'd always bring in a plate.
Yeah, Hovis biscuits. And how happy were you really as a child with the Hovis biscuit? Because they weren't that sweet,
No,
were
dipped
they?
in a tea, they were
Dipped in a
something
tea.
else. Dipped in tea, they were. I just love the fact they were little mini breads.
Oh my God, Hannah Cons, you've taken me right back. My grandma always had a yellow soap with a magnet hammered into it for the soap holder. She used to have one of those. We'd go like that, and so because you never wasted one bit of soap.
Oh my God, just the word eiderdowns.
Eider
Downs.
hot water bottles, making marmalade and a larder. I actually want to cry now.
Oh, sweetie.
It's a time gone by,
Babe.
and it's never coming back.
I know, I've never seen an eiderdown in
Oh my
20
God.
years.
You know, I had this idea that I wanted to make our spare room into a nan's paradise.
Yeah, and use nan's
So that
stuff.
whenever anybody stayed, they stepped into a nan's room, but nobody really liked the idea. I wanted to put an old eiderdown, I wanted to put a tartan biscuit tin, I wanted to put heavy dusty curtains, I wanted to put a shaky little chandelier lamp
Faith Goodman.
and a Bible in the drawer.
Faith Goodman toilet roll covers like a doll.
Doll. My nan had one of them.
Oh my God, a top-loading washing machine.
I must share this with.
Yes!
I must share this
The
with Muck
tumble
and Brass.
dryer.
She's going to love
the tumble
this.
dryer. My nan would put stuff in this dryer and it would rattle around the outhouse and she'd sit on it whilst it did it. That's right. You think
Jane
what else going on
Donnelly's
out there?
Gran. I remember a bottle of sherry by the chair.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Russ, my nanny used to make the best cup of tea in a pale blue cup and saucer made with a tea leaf strainer. I used to put
my
about
mum
3
still does
spoons
that.
of sugar in there and she baked a fruit loaf cake every
Oh,
Saturday.
I can't bear the cozy. You know what we should do? Why don't
Perfection.
we next year do sometimes just a cozy vlog where
Yes.
we just do
Or
cozy
we make a cup of
things.
tea.
Make tea, make a cake, make a crumpet. Put a toilet roll in the toilet roll holder.
It'd be very interesting.
I think it would. I think
Yeah.
it would be like MSRMA. What's that thing people do where they whisper?
That's something you get in hospitals, isn't it?
ASMR. What's that thing? where people...
MRSTA.
ASMR.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
It's when people whisper into a microphone.
Hey?
It's really ordinary, but people find it soothing.
Oh.
ASMR.
ASMR. Ow,
Sorry.
got my nipple right on it.
Right, come on. We've only got 5 minutes
All
left.
right, come on yourself.
We've
penises.
got a very, very stiff sexual.
Pardon? Okay, well, frighten me with your penis facts.
Oh my God, we've got to move fast now on the penis. If anyone wants to leave,
Hang on. We've got to move fast on the penis.
if anyone wants
You
to
said
leave,
that.
leave now.
Yeah,
Let's
go.
see how many people are leaving.
Go. If you don't want to talk
Oh, we've gone down to
penile,
658. Somebody didn't want to talk about penises. Okay.
fair dues. I don't want to.
Right. Dr. Piet, how do you think you'd say that?
Piet Hubik.
Hubik has written a male maintenance manual
There's a documentary on as well.
that talks about just about every issue below the belt for men, right? So, during his lunch hour, this professor often sits and just contemplates his penis.
Does he just sit there looking at it?
Yeah. And he says to it, he wonders, what is it doing? How does it feel? There are good ways of focusing and centering yourself. It's a vital organ, and yet we treat it with such casual disdain.
Hang on a minute. This is very, very, very posh. Can I just say, the article I pulled up was a man saying, why is it every time I'm on a bus I get an erection?
Hang on a minute. The penis is extraordinary, and apparently we should cherish it. Okay.
Okay.
So apparently he goes on to talk about how we live in an age of mass anxiety about our organ,
Right.
right? And that we shouldn't.
Right.
So there's a Channel 4 documentary, Me and My Penis, coming
Yeah,
very
that's
soon.
the story I found, yeah.
Right, so let's just fast forward to some of those age-old questions. Right, so I'm going to miss...
Such age-old questions, such as, does size
Can you
matter?
fracture it? Yes, you can.
Right.
Did you know that?
Yes. You
You
can
can break
really
it.
hurt it. Yeah, you can...
No, you can break it.
Right, okay.
It doesn't have a bone, so I don't think we should say boner anymore because it's
Right.
not true.
Right, no, I think that was always the suggestion that it was like a bone.
Oh, but
Yeah.
the tube of solid tissue surrounding the erectile tissue can tear. You will hear a crunching noise, feel a sharp pain, and it quickly swells up to a purplish blue and starts to resemble an aubergine.
Oh my God, this is awful. Why are we talking about this? What is the purpose
If
of
this
this?
happens, you need a swift trip to A&E.
Do they put it in a splint?
A stitch in time may well prevent a permanent bend.
I mean, a ruptured penis is a problem. I'll tell you something else that is a problem as well. When you get kicked in the goolies, sometimes your testicle can get lodged in your lower cavity there. And that is painful. That is painful.
Well, he says that Huckabee recommends men follow penis fullness,
Ooh, or full penis.
a form of wellness that focuses on your penis.
Okay, and what does he
So
recommend?
think about the scrotum and
Okay,
testicles.
hold on, let me.
Ask how they are.
How are you?
Now, really
hang
ask
on.
how they are.
I'm really asking, if you just for a minute. How are you?
Eat more
Nothing.
red foods.
Right.
Beetroots, peppers, chili, red onions, tomatoes and cranberries.
Why?
Generally, a vegetarian diet is best for your penis, and perhaps inevitably, so are nuts.
Oh, come on. This is all a load of old
No, it's
drivel.
not. He's a professor.
Nuts are good for your nuts.
You must still put the food in your mouth, but the penis will be grateful.
What? Sorry?
Think of your penis as the canary in the
You're
coal
going to read
mine.
this whole article?
It's the first thing to drop off its perch when health matters generally are not right.
What's that about the female gaze? Because one of the most challenging aspects of
This
having a
is great.
penis is the way a woman looks at it.
Okay.
If they laugh, it's
Right.
really embarrassing.
Right. The penis may have once been the foremost metric of sexual selection, but of course what's happened is now humans now wear clothes.
Is that? Hang on. Is that a load of stuff for saying originally you would just slam
Everyone
it,
was naked
flop
and
it on the
everyone
old
would just
flopper?
look at it.
Yeah,
right?
and what people
In
would go to
modern-
the biggest.
In modern societies, women typically assess potential partners in other ways first. Eye gaze analysis shows that women look at shoulders, arms, butt, and general muscles long before they consider what's in the trousers.
Well, it's because you can't see them. You can't see what's in the trousers.
It is not the marketing tool it once was.
Tool.
That's what he says.
Marketing. Is he taking the piss?
No.
He's having a laugh.
He's done a thesis on it.
He's done a thesis. This kind of knocks into the long grass the whole idea of that show that you hate.
Naked
Attraction.
Yeah. He says on the whole thing of women, if a woman is looking at your feet, she is not looking for your penis size. There is no correlation between feet size and penis size.
I didn't know there was.
Oh, women talk about that all the time.
Do they?
Yeah.
What do they say?
They say, how big are his feet?
Why don't they just say how big is his penis?
Because everyone knows what they're really saying.
Well, just go for it. Just grab it by the horns, and just go for it. Okay. So what does a size 9 foot say? No,
listen. Premature ejaculation shouldn't be feared. It is treatable. As you don't forget, first sign of unwellness is when the canary falls off the perch.
What does that mean?
Well.
Right.
So if something's going wrong down there, get everything else checked.
On a more serious note, though, can I just say that the penile dysfunction and erectile dysfunction is something that men dread and fear and loathe. And I do think, actually, it's a semi-serious point about this, is that any issue with the penis is seen as fair game. It's kind of like, it's a bit comedic, it's a bit funny, it's a bit all of this, that, and the other.
And it's not. It's horrible.
And actually, for men, it's
if
really not.
you've got something going on down there.
And I think it can channel itself into quite profound, serious kind of mental health issues if things are really going wrong down there, because there is an onus of expectation on the male appendage. I find.
He also says that 95% of men regret opting for a surgical penis extension and believes that the other 5% are lying.
Right.
Basically, don't get pulled into it.
Why do you keep using these phrases? You may as well have said, just don't be tugged into it.
I love the way we use
it's going down.
people.
And also, can I ask, what are those things that suction things that...
Yeah, he says, apparently in Bulgaria, men inject their penises with Vaseline.
Vaseline?
Do not do this. It is not a good idea.
Okay, well, there's a just to give you a little peg for this, a knob for this. There is also a documentary on Channel 4 called, is it Me and My Penis? Or My Penis and I? Me and My Penis. And it aims to break the taboo surrounding the male sex organ. And I think there's something about all of that. That
because
needs
I
to
think
happen.
it is a big taboo, isn't it? And
It
that
is.
and there are men that really suffer great misery because they think that they're like women do about their boobs and their vaginas, because it's all the stuff that's hidden away, and we're given so much of what we believe we're supposed to be is fed to us really through porn and by osmosis of advertising and all of that. And actually, to demystify it and to have, we probably need hundreds of them in vision, don't we? So we can go like we do now with breasts and go, oh, look, everybody's breast is there.
But one thing I would say is that most penises are pretty odd-looking things.
But a lot of men, I'm sure, and women have a warped idea of what one should look like.
Yeah, they do. I'm not talking to my penis, says Daniel Call. It's hard. It's a one-way conversation in my
I just thought it was quite interesting. But basically, if you have any erectile dysfunction, get it checked out.
Yeah.
Rachel Keeler, have you watched the Zara McDermott documentary on rape culture? Very interesting. Thank you for alerting me to that. We had her on Loose Women, and she was actually very interesting, and we will watch that, and we would do a Confessions of a Modern Parent off the back of it.
And can I also say, quite seriously, that I think if society continues with, when men have pressure around their sort of, nether regions and all that kind of stuff, societal pressure about how it looks, how it performs, all this kind of stuff, that can become contorted into a really toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
I think taking away the sort of idea that it's funny and it's silly and you're less of a man if this happens and that happens and all that kind of stuff. I think it's important to sort of take that away from the penis, because otherwise then it does contort itself into male behaviour of a sort that we don't like.
Yeah.
And I think that is a sort of societal thing. So it is, without wishing to
It's
sound
good.
like a wishy-washy liberal, I
think it's good to have these documentaries and demystify it all a bit.
Yeah.
We've got to go in a minute because we've got loads on today. But just to remind you, do not forget, we have got on Wednesday, our quiz.
Oh, yes.
I cannot tell you how moved Mark and I are
amazing.
by the donations already.
Yeah.
Totally extraordinary. I don't know what they are this morning, but we put a
Pushing
£1,500 hope by the end of the quiz on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We've asked people to donate for
Young
to
Minds.
join us. It's for Young Minds. We're actually collecting,
So
raising
I
money
didn't
for.
answer what you said. Donate to join us. That's not what
Sorry. We asked you if you want to join the quiz to donate what you can
But you
to
don't
our
have to.
Just Giving page, but you don't have to. But already, I think we're close to 1,000. We are beside ourselves, and what we're going to do is we're going to have. We're going to kind of do a raffle with everybody that's already donated, plus anyone that donates up until Wednesday or even on the night. And there's going to be a prize at the end of it. And we will, by Google sorting, we won't do it. A machine will decide who's going to win the prize. And there's a nice prize. So please join us on Wednesday, 7 p.m. And then straight after that will be our very first Vlogmas. And we're going to watch it on Premiere with you and chat to you at the same time. So basically, whatever you got planned for Wednesday, just cancel it. £916.
Wow.
Thanks, Vicky.
Brilliant.
Can you believe this?
Brilliant.
This is amazing.
Really amazing. And that's for Young Minds, and the link is below if you need it.
Yeah.
But absolutely no obligation whatsoever, please. I know that,
Yeah. And it can be 50p.
Yeah.
If everyone
or
gave
nothing.
50p.
Just spreading the word and being there is part of it.
Yeah.
Is part of the effort.
And if you can't donate, maybe just tell as many people as you can to join the quiz.
And on that point, Faith Goodman, keep checking. It's as important for men to check their testicles as it is for women to check their breasts. So just keep that thought in mind. Guys, have a lovely day. And obviously...
Hit the like button underneath us if you've enjoyed your time.
Yeah, and we're hitting quite a busy time for lots of content landing on the channel quite constantly, almost.